welcome to Storytime. I'm Miss Joanna. Today's book is Slug Needs a Hug. I thought this book was perfect because after all of this social distancing and all of this mask wearing, I'm really missing hugging people. I like giving hugs and I like getting hugs. So I thought all of us could probably use a hug, so this book would be good for that today. This book is written by Jeanne Willis and illustrated by Tony Ross. I hope you like it. Slug Needs a Hug. Once upon a timey, there was a little slimy, spotty, shiny, whiny slug. He was wet and weedy, very, very needy, and always greedy for a hug. His mommy didn't hug him. It began to bug him, and he wondered why, oh why. Is she never snuggly because I am so ugly? A sluggy with a soggy little sigh. He spoke to other creatures with very different features and asked them what he ought to do to make himself more huggable, less slithery and sluggable, for sadly Sluggy didn't have a clue. Perhaps if you were furrier and fluffier and purrier, said Kitten, then your mom would hug you tight. So Slug put a woolly hat on with a picture of a cat on and a furry jacket just in case she might. You look funny, honey. If you want a hug from Mommy, said Bird, you need some feathers and a beak. Piglet roared with laughter. If it's hugs the slug is after, he needs trotters and a tail and a squeak. With trotters, tails, and coat, and beak and feathers, Slug met Goat, who told him that he looked a little weird. If you want a hug, my friend, you need horns stuck on the head, and get yourself a handsome goatee beard. Slug did as Goat suggested, and he sensibly invested in some horns and a mustache made out of string. Moth looked aghast and muttered, and he whispered as he fluttered, Slug, you need some wings, you silly little thing. Slug made himself a pair. He couldn't fly into the air. His wings were scarlet petals from a rose. Although he smelled delightful, Fox declared that he looked frightful, and he'd never get a hug without a nose. Should I lose the beak, thought Slug, if I really want a hug? Would Mommy love me more with just a snout? There was a very little space to wear them both upon his face, but Sluggy did, in case of any doubt. Slug gazed into the brook at his astonishing new look and barely recognized his own reflection. If she doesn't hug you now, then she never will, said Cow, as she gave the slug a head-to-toe inspection. Hoping Cow was right, Slug chugged slowly home that night to show his mom his fabulous disguise. But after all he'd done, she didn't recognize her son. Mother, it's me, said Slug. Surprise! But I love you as you are. You're the sweetest slug by far, said Ma. You have been very greatly missed. You're beautiful and charming. If I could, I'd hug you, darling. But alas, she had no arms, so they kissed. The end.